Good Shadow Gang, welcome back to another video. If y'all new here, please subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. Follow me on my Instagram at Rick the Shadow. Always post when I drop a new video. And I'll put the link to the original video in the description below. So we're gonna react to a video from, I hope I'm saying the name right, Brandon on Brandon TDM. I hope that's how I say your name. I apologize if that's not how you say it. But yeah, we're gonna react to how CM Punk beat John Cena and became WWE's legend in one night, Money in the Bank. So I think we're gonna talk about the 2011. I'm pretty sure it was 2011 run. So yeah, man, let's get right into it and let's see what's my boy.
I bet. So we got
Say
CM
about it.
Punk sitting in the ring, crisscross applesauce, demanding that he be named the #1 contender for the WWE Championship. After his wins over a 4-foot-tall Mexican midget at Capital Punishment and a military recruiter on steroids last week on Raw. And do you remember these shitty ass names for pay-per-views?
Yes.
Vince was just naming shit, bro. He did not give a damn what it was.
Facts.
My Glorious King even threatens to take the show hostage and not leave the ring until the anonymous Raw general manager makes it official. Y'all niggas remember that bullshit? We
Yeah.
really had a damn laptop calling the shots on Raw, man. 2011 was wild. And this is back when everyone hated Michael Cole. Man, how the turntables, because everyone loves him now. So boom, iPhone text message notifications goes off in the arena and Michael Cole reads the email saying, I was gonna name you #1 contender, but since you wanna act like a hoe, you gotta be Alberto Del Rio and Rey Mysterio in a triple threat match to earn the title shot. The match is underway and Rey hits Del Rio with a 619 and a splash, and in the middle of the count, this motherfucker CM Punk grabs Rey and throws him out the ring, stealing the pin and becoming the #1 contender for the WWE Championship. After the match, Punk tells everyone on July 17th, 2011, his contract expires with WWE and he plans on leaving the company with the championship. And watching this as a kid back in the day, I was instantly hooked. Like, ain't no way this nigga gonna beat your golden boy's ass and walk out the company with your championship, Vince. You cannot let that happen, gang. We fast forward to the June 27th episode of Raw, and in the main event, we have John Cena going against R-Truth in a tables match. Punk interferes in the match, helping R-Truth win, and what happens next changed CM Punk's career forever. Punk sits
Change professional wrestling forever if you really want to go that route. But
at the top of the ramp and starts going off on WWE, talking about how he hates how everyone thinks John is the best, because he's not. Punk is the best. He's the best in the world. Amazing catchphrase, by the way. Fuck you, Jericho. Punk did it better. He then name drops Hulk Hogan and The Rock, calling them elite level meat riders. Referenced other wrestling companies, which is a huge no-no at the time. You get your head chopped off for promoting some other niggas in WWE. Even took some shots at Vince, saying the company should be better off when he's dead, but his stupid kids and doofus son-in-law Triple H will take over anyway, so it's pretty much GG's. This was so bad at the time, they cut off his mic and all the fans were shook. Shit, my gullible ass thought they were gonna execute Punk right then and there, because at the time this was unheard of. This was the actual definition of a crash out. Now, since Punk was so mean to the billionaire with a fragile ego, he was suspended and replaced with the non-popular Mexican wrestler for Money in the Bank. Next week on Raw, we got Cena and the big boss himself, Durag Vince, chopping it up in the ring. Vince finally
y'all remember Do-Rag Vince?
admits that he's scared Punk's gonna beat him, and that's why he suspended him. He can't let bro talk shit, whoop his golden boy's ass, and walk out with the title. That's the most embarrassing shit that could happen to you, Vince. You know, before the actual embarrassing stuff. John did not mess with the disrespect and takes off his hat, hands Vince the title, because what's the point of being champ if you can't go against the best, which makes the title meaningless. But Vince knew without his golden boy he would be cooked, so he chased John down and gave him the match. But if he loses, he was fired, and this took the match to a whole nother level. It's now July 11th and we're in Boston, John Cena's hometown.
And you know
we
what?
Cut to the
I think, because this was during Super Cena, so I think them doing that was like, oh yeah, there's no way Punk is gonna win. They're not gonna like fire Cena. Cena's not gonna be let go. So that actually helped it'd be more unpredictable if you really
The
think
contract
about it.
negotiation between Vince and Punk in the middle of the ring. Vince
Oh,
is
yes.
practically begging Punk to sign the contract, but it's not really up to his liking. So he had his legal people draw up a new one with some perks. Vince tells him not to push him, but my main man Punk don't give a single blue fuck because he literally pushes Vince. And just imagine laying hands on your boss, let alone pushing him, especially when it's Vince McMahon, who is a literal definition of a fucking crash out. Punk tells him he wants his own private jet, not Vince's personal one because it smells. To bring back the WWE ice cream bars, his own movie, the main event of WrestleMania, and he wants Vince to simply apologize to him. And if you know anything about Vince, that is probably the most unlikely thing in the entire list because he is one stubborn bastard. So Vince gives a half-ass I'm sorry, and I ain't gonna lie, that ain't gonna cut it. I'm gonna let you try it again, and this time it better be good. And this is the apology that we got.
I apologize, you son of a bitch!
And believe it or not, that's the best you're gonna get out of Vince. So Vince is about to sign Punk's new contract, and John Cena comes out and calls them both a bunch of damn little kids. Look, they even pointing at each other, and I ain't gonna lie, that was kind of funny. After Cena kisses the fans' ass trying to farm some cheers, which doesn't work. Like, goddamn, everyone hated this nigga back then. Ain't you supposed to be the good guy, John? He calls Punk a hypocrite, comparing him to The Rock, and that gets bro mad as hell because during this time, Punk hated The Rock. Understandably so. The nigga just showed up and stole back-to-back WrestleMania main events from him. Shit, I'd be mad too. Punk claps back at John, telling him that he's lost sight of everything he stands for because he portrays himself as the underdog, even though this nigga literally never lost during this time. They called you Super Cena for a reason, bro. Punk talks about how the Bruins, Red Sox, Patriots, and Celtics try to say that they're the underdogs too. Bro even name drops John's dad and his wife who are sitting in the crowd, and I ain't gonna lie, it's getting personal right now. He tells John that he's becoming everything that he hates. Like the Red Sox and the Patriots, he is no longer the underdog. He is a dynasty, now becoming what he hates most, and tells this nigga that he has become the New York Yankees. And John pops his ass for the insane disrespect. Oh, nah, Michael was talking that talk. He was talking reckless as hell because the Red Sox and the Yankees got beef so big it rivals the Bloods and Crips. Punk snatches the contract from Vince and goes to the top of the ramp and writes the contract. So now if John loses, Vince is screwed. Punk will be a free agent and will walk out the building with the championship, and there's not a damn thing he could do about it. So now we head to Money in the Bank in my hometown of Chicago, and the year is 2011, and life is good. And turns out Punk had to sign a 2-day extension to even compete in this match, which he signed hours before the pay-per-view, which is wild. I believe the report said that if he wasn't in the main event, he wasn't signing. So Vince had no choice but to give him the main event. And I ain't gonna lie, Punk is a master negotiator, bro. He had this nigga Vince by the fucking balls. My Glorious King makes his entrance and the entire
That makes
stadium
sense. Now that's why he's calling him his king and shit. He's from Chicago.
explodes. There's Punk signs everywhere. Everyone is treating him like God because low-key, for us Chicagoans, he is Jesus. He's wrestling Jesus for us. The classic "if Punk loses we riot" sign. It was so crazy. Jerry the King Lawler on commentary compared it to if the Chicago Bears were in the Super Bowl and the Super Bowl was being played in Chicago. John makes his entrance and they're treating him like he's that one guy with the mustache. And I think WWE,
They treated him like 2006 ECW One Night Stand. Y'all remember that? That's
he
exactly
would
how
have
they treated
genuinely
him.
been scared for John's safety if he won the match, because if Punk would have lost in his hometown of Chicago, Illinois, with this storyline and how much they were pushing him, we would have burned the building to the ground. So the match starts and they both feeling each other out, reversing each other's moves and shit. Cena whips Punk in the corner, bouncing him off into a running bulldog, and then clotheslines the piss out of him. Like, god damn. You saw that spit fly? I'm gonna play it back for y'all so you can see the fucking spit fly out of this man's mouth. Punk tries to get something going, slamming him, then whipping him in the corner, but Cena suplexes him and gets him up for an AA, but Punk gets out of it, kicking him in the little Cenas and hits a DDT. He then throws him out the ring and lands a knee to the back of his head. Gave that man some brain damage on that one. They get back in the ring and Punk throws Cena in the corner going for a spear, but John weaves and grabs his foot, but Punk kicks him away and hits him with a clothesline. Punk kicks Cena in the face and jumps off the top rope, landing on him. And yeah, that was a botch right there, but the match is flowing and shit, so I don't care. there. Punk tries to suplex bro over the rope, but Cena counters and suplexes him on the floor. After almost breaking their backs, they get back in the ring and John slams Punk and hits him with an elbow, slams him again and puts him in a submission. Punk counters and they both clothesline each other, knocking each other both down. Punk misses with a knee to the face and gets slammed with Cena setting up the 5-knuckle shuffle. But my goat has the brilliant idea of kicking him in the face to counter. And believe it or not, to this point, Punk was one of the very few people to do this. Everyone else just let it happen. So after the kick, John is stunned and Punk knees him out the ring and lands a suicide dive. And this is when it was a big deal to pull one of these off. You watch a Seth Rollins match now and you see 30 of them bitches, bro, just spamming that shit. They're back in the ring and Cena dodges Punk diving off the top rope, landing the 5-knuckle shuffle and putting him up on his shoulders for the AA, and my glorious king lands on his feet, kicks him in the face, leg sweeps him to the ground, then lifts him up for a GTS but gets countered into a gut wrench slam. Cena goes for the AA again, but Punk counters, landing 2 knees and a bulldog. Punk then jumps off the top rope, landing a splash, and oh yeah, my goat is cooking. Cena weaves a kick and puts him in the STF, but Punk reaches to the ropes, forcing the count to break. Punk kicks bro in the head, making his ass see stars. He then jumps off the rope again, but Cena catches him, lifts him up for a AA. Punk counters, putting him up for the GTS, then John counters, locking him in the STF. And then Punk counters that into the Anaconda Vice. But then this Superman looking ass nigga goes super.
Say what y'all want, man. But that was a banger ass match. We need to start talking about this match up there with like Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, because that shit was pretty good.
Super Saiyan randomly hit.
Keep in mind, this was Cena can't wrestle allegations were going on by this point. So
being an AA on Punk, and I'm thinking it's GG's. The match is gonna be over. This man randomly powered up and hit his finisher on my go. I thought it was cooked, but my glorious king kicks out at 2.9. The match is still going and both men are exhausted. And mind you, they've been cooking for 25 to 30 minutes at this point. Cena jumps off the top rope, which is insanely rare. He never does that. But Punk catches him and slams him to the ground and picks him up, but Cena grabs the ropes, almost breaking this man's neck. While Punk is gasping for air, John jumps off the ropes again, hitting a leg drop and hits another AA, and my fucking goat kicks out at 2.9 again. Punk ain't no hoe. He's walking out of here with the belt no matter what. They're both at the top rope and John is going for a super AA. Punk hits him with some elbows and lands a Hurricane Rana to counter. Once John gets up, he hits him with a knee and finally lands a GTS, but his ass falls out the goddamn ring. And you could just tell by the look on my goat's face that he's stressing. He grabs Cena and throws him in the ring, and the old white Deshaun Watson comes out to distract Punk. This works and Cena puts him in a STF, and 9-year-old me was panicking because they trying to hit Punk with the Montreal screw job. For y'all that don't know what that is, basically Vince is trying to screw Punk by ringing the bell early. But John is a man of honor, I'll give him that, and knocks John Laurinaitis' ass out because he doesn't want to win like that. He gets back in the ring and Punk lands a GTS. 1, 2, 3. We have a new champion, y'all. Vince is absolutely pissed and he calls for Alberto Del Rio to cash in the briefcase on Punk, but he kicks him in the head, climbs over the barricade with the title and blows Vince a kiss goodbye and leaves Chicago and WWE as champion. What a fucking storyline, man. Holy shit. The match was a classic. Amazing storytelling. The crowd was going insane.
Listen, this was for everybody. If you like storytelling, this match was for you. You like good wrestling, this match was for you. You like crazy moments during matches, this one was for you, bro. This was probably one of the best, if not the best, professional wrestling match of all time.
This is personally my favorite match of all time, and this made me a CM Punk fan for life. Like, I already liked him because he was from Chicago, but the shit that he did to my man Jeff Hardy in the past, I couldn't get over it, but this helped a little bit. He really put on for my city, and he's forever a legend because of this night. I had so much fun making this video. I really hope y'all enjoy it because I'd love to keep making WWE content for y'all if y'all want. But yeah, that's the video, y'all. I hope you enjoyed it for real. You know I had to drop another banger for y'all. I love y'all, man. Road to 30K. Make sure you eat some water, drink some food, tell someone you love them, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one.
Ain't gonna lie, I like that shit, man. Like I said, bro, this is one of those matches you gotta put up there with Undertaker and Michaels at WrestleMania. You got to, man. But that's it for this reaction, man. Let me know if y'all like this video, if y'all want me to react to more of this shit. You know, I always react about mostly WWE shit. I react to other stuff too, but it's mainly WWE and wrestling shit. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications. Catch you on the next one. Shadow out.